I don't think I've ever been as nervous for the regular season as I was when I returned from injury. Felt like a rookie again. Only this time I knew I had even more to prove. The thought of never stepping on an NFL field was all the motivation I needed to not only get back, but to be an even better leader than I had ever been.
Today, from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Detroit Lions and the Los Angeles Rams. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They will be led out by their dual threat quarterback, the veteran from Clemson. It's Deshaun Watson. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now the first carry for Cam Akers. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. Here's Watson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Operating from the gun, Watson. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Ball on the 8, it's 2nd and 4. So week 1 CD and all the excitement in this game and just around the league. So many storylines to try to keep an eye on it. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. From 8 yards out. And the Rams take it right down and score on the opening drive. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Bailey got the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From way up at the 23. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Lions now as they get set for their opening drive. And a look here at their go-to guy under center. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Fountain. And that's incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
But that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And now off to the races down the right side. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, LA. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. It's a short kick taken out. Now a hit and a loose football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way.
Recovering by the Rams.
On 1st and 10, Watson escaping the pressure right. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams add on to their lead. So they've had 2 drives, and he's had the 2 receiving touchdowns.
And how about a game plan where you decide to force feed or feature someone, and it works? First 2 drives, as you noted, end up in touchdown passes. I think they're going to keep going to them until defense makes any kind of an adjustment.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From way up at the 23. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position.
At their own 36-yard line.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Similar to a shooter. Basketball just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
A gain of 27 on the play.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. But you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. From the gun, Fountain. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground. 21-0 our score after 1.
Rams 21, Lions nothing.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they'd place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
To throw again, Watson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball. A little dangerous. Could have been picked. Now it's 3rd down.
3rd down and 10.
Operating from the gun, Watson. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
First and 10.
But Charles, they're certainly hoping that he has a lot more catches like that here as we continue to go. But, you know, he went on record during the offseason and said that he reevaluated his entire approach to the game of football. With that being the case, when you hear somebody say something like that, what are you expecting to see from him this season?
I'm expecting to see more of the old and less of what we saw previously in terms of him being open and honest about what he needed to change. And that's not something you get from guys like him very often. Guys at the top of their game talk about what they need to add, what they need to do to adjust.
It's caught inside the 25. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one goes for 36 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. Oh, that was dangerous. Throw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. He's been a frequent target, and with catches like that, one-handed in the end zone, I'd keep going his way.
And he's doing it every which way, isn't he? 2 hands, and in this case, we just saw it with 1 hand. Almost reminds me of a great return of service guy in tennis. No matter how you whack it at him, it comes back at you. In this case, he just envelops it and brings it in.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the route is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. It's a short kick, and he loses the football a 2nd time.
A fumble on the play. Recovered by the Rams.
And that one is his 2nd fumble loss. Not a good look out of your return man.
And not only does he hurt the momentum for his team or even change momentum of the game, but now they've got a decision to make on his own sideline. Does he continue to do that? Do you keep him in that role, or do you bring someone else in at this time?
And this is caught at the 8. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And he has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and
Again, it'll be Akers. And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all, as we will make our way to the 2-minute warning. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Watson gonna throw on 3rd and goal. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ballgame. And the Rams just continue to pour it on. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, he might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken from about the 12. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
at their own 22-yard line.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not in a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive?
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he loses the football a second time. Well, this hasn't been their cleanest first half of football. Last thing they wanted to do was give it up to the opposition, but able to keep it as it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, tough first half, no doubt about it. But if they turn it over there, now things turn a little, how would you say it, dire? And they didn't.
And he loses the football a second time. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. From the gun, Fountain. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Unbelievable.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
Throwing on first down, Fountain. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Can almost see inside his face mask there, the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense...
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And now the Rams have got it going the other way. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Recovered by the defense.
A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so, and there's your end result right there.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. He'll buy some time right. And this is incomplete. Cooper Kupp was his intended target, but it'll be second down.
Incomplete. It's second down and 10.
Throwing again is Watson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is taken in at the 5. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A big play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And this offense is running away with this one. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And I tell you from our broadcast booth, because we're pretty close to the 50, we had the best view, a bird's-eye view of that throw, and it was an absolute thing of beauty to watch. Never ceases to amaze me, the arm strength of these guys.
And that one, and even 60 yards in the air. Wow. Extra point try by Bailey. And the route is on here in this first half. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From way up at the 23. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Screen play, Johnson. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
To Kerryon Johnson.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on third.
And it's third down.
Looking to throw. Fountain. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Oh boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right,
we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. This is taken just shy of the 10 and makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Their own 23-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Fountain. He'll get this one to Galladay. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in.
And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Well, the number 1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry. Throwing on 3rd and long. Fountain looking downfield for Jones. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course. He's going to float this over the middle deep, and it's knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. Should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They're going for it. It's Watson. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way.
On the play. Recovering
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
This will be caught at about the 6. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
And 1.
On 4th down, Watson flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the 1st.
1-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And this offense continues to pour it on. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From way up at the 23. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
They're on the 33-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards for the Lions there and a 1st down.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the 1st down.
He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And he gets this one down to the 24. A big run there. 29 yards and a 1st.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. It's a gain of 3 on what will be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Lions on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, Fountain, and that is is incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the fourth quarter, and now can really take some time off the clock. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. That catch good for only a couple.
To Cooper Kupp. Out of bounds at the 20-yard line. 2 yards on the pick.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Going up top for Kupp. And that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A huge play that time for the Rams. And even 50 yards.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Watson going to throw right side here. Complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 17-yard line. A good pickup there of 22. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
Flushed out right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you...
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Bring it! I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken from about the 12. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9.
Brings up 7.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a pass caught by Zay Jones. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Going right back to Akers. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. They'll keep it on the ground. Akers. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of times.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Kenny Galladay is intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
DeAndre Baker there defensively.
From the gun, Fountain. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. L.A. readies for its next possession. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. Throwing again. Watson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. He's going to let it go again. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Well, they've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. From the red zone now, Watson eluding the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Defensively by Jeff Okuda.
To throw again. Watson sliding out of the pocket to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Los Angeles, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at
I was pleased with how I played, and it felt like coach's confidence was returning also. I really believe we had a decent chance of turning the season around. It's funny that such a short and simple conversation can be such a turning point. But in retrospect, we probably had already reached the turning point by then.